it's Ayana, and this is the Everything Goes podcast. Today we have Markeyla. I'm so excited to have her on. We met a few weeks ago at an event with the Black Market Creatives called Art All Night, where we both were showcasing our businesses. And when we connected, we found out that we were the same age and pretty much have the same mission.
Right.
And that is to make sure that all of us are excelling towards our best self, and through our both of our journeys of self-improvement, we made products in order to help others move along their own path. So I'm gonna go ahead and hand it over to you so you can introduce yourself and tell us about Self Imagined.
Yes. Hi, everyone. So I am Markeyla, and I am the founder of Self Imagine. And our aim is to create purpose-driven products that helps people throughout their everyday lives to accomplish their goals and aspirations in life through our products. And also through the design and messaging of our products, we aim to show representation for Black and Hispanic communities. So we love all of our products to show a reflection of us as we excel towards our goals.
Yes, I love that. And I was recently having a conversation about how I've been choosing to live my life in a way that I actually would want it to be replicated. And I feel like so often people say like I don't want people to do certain things. Of course, no, I don't want nobody dressing like me or doing everything like
Right.
me, but to live in a full embodiment, to say that I'm intentional about the way that I live, that's something as well. So can you tell me about like what was that mindset of when you said, okay, I'm going to start this?
Right. Well, it just came from my own journey. Like I've always been into personal growth, mindset, creating healthy habits. And even though sometimes like I'll stumble sometimes here and there, like everyone
Don't we
goes through
all?
it. I know we all go through that in life, but I really do strive to be the best version of myself. So, and I've always used vision boards in the past. So I was like, if I want to create a lifestyle and wellness brand, and the first product that I want to launch is something that I use. And one of the products that I used was vision board. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do a kit where it has all the items people will need to do the best they can at their daily lives. And I'm going to show representation for us. And I think that was really important for my journey. And it's just based on my own, things that I go through. Like even when creating the booklet, the mindset and self-awareness booklet, like it's all things that I have experienced, and I'm pretty sure other people experience as well.
Yes, that was the same thing for me when I created my journal. I was
Mhm.
like, okay, you get to a point where you might not have the right questions. So for me, I remember those times where I was looking, or people will pop up and they'll have their questions on their social media, or
Right.
just, just see things everywhere. Or I remember in college, they would put up flyers and they'll be like, take a question or something
Mhm.
like that with the little tabs. And I
Right.
always loved that, to have something to guide me on my way. So that was my same kind of mindset as well. I love that.
Yes.
So for you, do you feel like there was a moment where you had to get more serious about your self improvement and about how you move? In-
Yeah, especially now owning a brand, like I feel like, oh, it's gonna be easy, but no, it's actually got harder. Like because I also work a full-time job apart
Same
from owning a
girl.
business. And just since owning a business, I've learned more about myself of like what things I can do. Like, oh, I didn't know I can do this before, and like I'm doing it now. And like I just have to I definitely learned how to create more structure in my life.
Mhm.
Because at first I thought I was good with it. I was good at like doing to-do lists and getting my goals done, but like ever since starting a business, I felt like it got harder.
Yeah.
So I've definitely learned structure.
Yeah, because it's definitely like you get to a point where you go, okay, this is not going to move unless I move it.
Exactly.
Like, this is
Right.
not going to get
Right.
posted unless I post it. This is not going to get sold unless I go out and sell it. And that was one thing
Yes.
going to Art All Night. I made a decision because Gabe is my best friend's family. So I was like, all right, I see how Gabe's always out at all of these events. He's
Right.
always out with
Mhm.
status. So I'm like, okay, that put a little bug in my, even though I was always out, it just like, get out there a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that was my thing, to show up and show out and smile and meet other people and network. So that's why I was like, I made checked it off my box when I met you. I was like, okay,
Mhm.
perfect. This works out.
Yes. Yes, and I feel like it's in those moments where we show up for ourselves, like we never,
Mhm.
expect something to happen. Like it's a whole different positive outcome if
Yeah.
we show up for ourselves.
And it's majority of the time where we'll be saying like, I'm ready for this opportunity. I'm ready for this opportunity. And it never looks like exactly
Exactly.
what
Yes.
it ever. Yeah. So moving forward into your vision board, what was the first time that you made a vision board? Do you remember the first time?
Oh, that was a long, like, I remember making my first vision board probably when I was in high school, like maybe a sophomore in high school. That's when I like really got into like staying on top of my work and stuff. And so I feel like it was in high school. Yeah.
I remember when I was in middle school, we had this program at the Boys and Girls Club called Smart Girls, and
Ooh.
a vision boards.
Wow, I love that.
Yes, and it has become a common thing for me, even getting into like the digital vision boards. On TikTok, they were showing how to make them on Canva. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make one, and then
Yeah.
they broke it down to bigger ones. So like, how do you want your resources to look? How do you want your love life to look? If we gotta add everything in.
Yes, you got to go through all the categories you're experiencing in life. You got to put it on your vision board.
Yeah. So what for you makes a great vision board? If it wasn't your vision board, what for you is like the essential thing that makes it a complete vision board?
Yeah, I would say is focusing on 1 to 3 things you want to accomplish. Just like, and don't make it like, so, oh, I have to do this, I have to, because it takes time to get to where you want to get to in life. Nothing happens like all at once like that. So I would say like start like small first. Whether it's a week goal, a month goal, or even a year goal, you can do 3 goals at a span of like the whole vision board kit. But I would say start with 1 to 3 goals and focus on an area of life you want to improve on, whether it's your health, whether it's your romantic life, whether it's your business or your career. I would say those are the 2 tips: is start with 1 to 3 goals and then narrow it down to a area in life you want to focus on.
I love that. Thank you. And I really love the piece about self imagine, the word imagine.
Mhm.
I'm a real woo woo kind of girl, meditating, yoga, all of the things. But one thing that I really got into was visualizations and
Mhm.
doing visualizations through the YouTube or in person, all those good things.
Right.
And I think it's so important for people to understand that you have to see yourself where you want to be. You
Mhm.
have to
Right.
again imagine yourself where you want to be. What kind of clothes do you have on? When I ask people questions
Mhm.
like that, I like to ask people stuff like that on their birthdays
Mhm.
about the next year. Like, what do you see yourself doing in the next year? What kind of clothes are you wearing? What do you smell like? Like,
Yes.
what kind of things are you doing? Where are you going? Like, and always to encourage people to leave the buts, leave the questions of how's it going to get there. Just put the image out
Right.
and let it be. So, how do you feel about that? About that imagine piece, about putting yourself and seeing yourself where you want to be?
I love that. I love that you said that too, because I feel like in order for us to get to the next level we want to get to in life, we have to visualize and imagine ourselves getting there, right? So I just feel like actually not only visualizing it but taking action, like what you said, like start to wear the perfume you like, start to dress how you like, start to be around the people who you aspire to be around. And I definitely think that's a very important part of doing a vision board. Yes, you can put things, images and affirmations and quotes up on a vision board, but you actually have to start doing the action for you to get to where you want to get to.
Yeah. Yes. And like in my journal, I don't know if you have any action items in yours. I'm sure you do. In
Yeah.
my journal, we have 5 to-dos, like 5 daily commitments while you're completing the journal. And that could be anything that you want it to be, but it has to be 5 things that you count yourself to do. You could wake
Right.
I
I love
need
that.
to get off the TikTok because you know how they've been saying your days are bad because you haven't hopped out the bed and turned your swag on.
I know. Yeah.
And I think, like, even if it's something as funny as that, but
Yeah.
just putting yourself in. So, what kind of to dos do you have for people to do? What kind of action items would you suggest?
Yeah, I would start with doing daily gratitude, or at least for me, I would start doing one thing is daily gratitude. Like do something in the morning that where you can write down your thoughts, write down your like just how you're feeling throughout the day and what you're grateful for. I think if we stop focusing so much on I want this, but actually focusing on what's around us, we become more how aware to where we are and where we're going. And then a second item I would do is do monthly reflections. Like at the end of each month, what did you accomplish and what did you not accomplish, and how could you do improvements for the following month. So those are two tips that I would give people, and that's also a reflection of what's in our booklet as well to help people throughout their week and throughout their month and day-to-day things.
And I have a gratitude tracker as well, and I
Mhm.
understood when somebody said to me, just have an attitude of gratitude
Mm.
very early, and when I was disheveled trying to figure my life out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you graduated in 2020 as well, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
graduated from college in 2020. Mhm.
See, we connected on so many things.
Yes.
Graduating then and being asked to leave campus, and even though it's only 3 years later, it's not only 3 years later, we have become full-time adults. I
Yes.
don't know if you have moved out on your own, but I have.
Yeah, me
And
too. Mhm.
girl, like I
Yeah,
have to be able to be a young lady.
I know adulting is kinda hard.
So through adulting, how would you say you keep yourself level-headed as
Mhm.
you move into your next
Yeah.
step?
Well, God, I put God like first above everything. Like I'm in a Bible study group now where I'm learning more about the Word of God, so that helps me stay grounded. I also like to do like outdoor activities. Like I love bike riding. I love going for a walk. Like I just love
We
nature.
see each other.
And yes, and I love working out. So and eating healthy, I've been trying to do like good like recipes, like just like I love my business, but sometimes you have to like step away from everything just to go back to the moments that bring you peace and that helps you like be better at your business.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to pull that 1 point of daily movement. I
Mhm.
asked that question on my Instagram the other day, and I was like, have you moved today? And I'm not just asking about exercising, I'm talking about mobility too. Because
Right.
as we just a fresh 25, well, shoot, in a few months, I'll be 26.
Oh,
But my body is still, I got to move it every single day, or else I might be a little rickety. And
right.
getting outside as much as you can, especially we know that we're going into the colder months, so we know seasonal depression and things of the sort, just mood changes overall as the seasons change. You
Right.
have to get outside, get as much sunlight as you possibly can,
Right.
and just having that time to yourself is so important. I'm the same day. I'm like that older woman that's like, I gotta get my walk in today because I have to. I
Right.
have to. As Meg said, the hot girl walk, get it in, because
Yes.
it really boosts your mood. And it's crazy when you kind of maybe have those times where you're so busy that you can't get it in. You realize that, oh, this has to be a priority. Because I tried that before where I just let it, be to the side for a little bit.
Right.
No, we can't cut it off.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Like if I don't step outside or if I don't do the things that bring me peace, I just feel sluggish.
Yes, and with eating as well, what she mentioned about eating, I was vegan for about 2 years, and then I just started back pescatarian because
Mhm.
I exercise and I've been lifting weights. So I'm like, I need to put some more things back into my
Right,
diet.
exactly. Yeah, I was the same
Tired.
way. I was actually vegan in college, and then I switched over
Um,
to only eating like fish and like seafood and
mhm.
stuff like that. Mhm.
Yes. And that's a big thing too when you start to make those decisions to take different things out of your diet, you'll realize, I'll tell anybody, if you decide to go vegan or anything like that, just know there's certain things that you will never be able to eat again, or your
Right.
stomach's gonna be tore up. What's that for you? What is your I like to call it, I sacrifice my stomach for this.
I know. I love like chips and like sweets, but I've learned to like stay away from them because I learned to like eat healthier things like dates. If I wanted something sweet,
Mm-hmm.
like I'll eat dates because it has a lot of fiber in it, so it will help with like bowel.
Yeah, Markeyla.
Yeah.
A little bit more growth.
So yeah, and even I found like healthy like snacks that don't have all these ingredients that you can't barely pronounce. Like one snack that I love is HU cookies. It's called Hue cookies. It's getting back to being human, and it's really good. And it has really good healthy ingredients in it.
Where
So
do
I
you get
also
it
like
from?
just I got it from Wegmans, but they also
Okay.
sell it on like Amazon and I think Walmart too. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Choices.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm definitely like a smoothie person. I'm a juicing person. I
Mhm.
like to try a lot of different things, but for me, it's like the worst thing ever, and it's dairy.
Oh,
I've learned like this year, I probably won't eat macaroni and cheese, but I
mhm.
know last year for Thanksgiving, I was sure in it.
Do
All in
you
the.
like vegan cheese and stuff like that, or like
I
different types
do.
of meals? Okay.
Oh, I love vegan cheese. That and when I'm home, I eat mainly plant based. But when
Mhm.
I go out, I'm gonna eat something good.
Yeah, well, it's like that's good. Like you have to have balance, like 80-20. Like do the
Yeah.
80% that will bring you, your whatever you're getting to, and then 20, you have that indulgence.
Yes, and to the conversation, that's something that we all have to do. I I
Mhm.
I feel so, and my heart goes out to people because I know in the beginning of my journey, I was very hard on myself at certain times until I realized, like, okay, girl, you
Right.
can back up. But in your journey, you have to test your limits and see how far you can go if you need to pull it back. But be honest with yourself. Did you have moments like that in your journey where you had to look
Like
at
it's
yourself and
like
say, girl,
up and down. It's like
yeah,
it's like a roller coaster. Like one minute I'm like, I could do this, I'm good, and then the next minute something else happens, and then I'll fall off from like eating good or something like that. So it's all about it. What I feel like what matters is like how you pick yourself back up and how you learn from like your past mistakes and what you're gonna do moving forward.
yes, I love that. It's about how you pick. I say that all the time, and that's why when I pray, one of the things I love to say is thank you for allowing me to return to myself,
Yeah.
because sometimes you can realize how just kind of get in the days and just
Mhm.
be into your day to day life and not really be paying attention. But when you actually realize and you like, and
Exactly.
every time you realize it's shorter and shorter that you get away from yourself,
Right.
and that's up to you, always to be intentional to catch it and say, okay,
Right.
I see the signs.
Right. Exactly.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I want to see. So moving forward to actually making a vision board a physical product.
Mhm.
What was the thought process behind that? Actually making it a physical thing.
I think it came from because I've used a similar vision board, but it
Oh,
wasn't like structured like how mine's was. And the reason why I structured it like this because based on my experience from using like previous vision boards or even like multiple vision boards in the past, like I would do like a cut and paste type of thing. But with my vision board kit, I wanted it to be like interchangeable. You can easily change your goals from time to time without having to like go through the hassle of like cutting and pasting. And then I wanted it to be a 3-panel board where it's like big enough where you can close it and you can take it
mhm.
wherever you want to go.
Yes.
And then apart from the trifold board, I wanted the cards to show affirmations, quotes, and images based on each area of life, like business, career, health, finance, just different areas of life. I wanted all that those categories to be represented in the cards, as well as show our images, like in Black and Hispanic empowerment. So we have some Hispanic speaking cards, and with the booklet, I wanted it to be based on like all my experiences that I went through, like how to overcome limiting beliefs. So we have like prompts in the booklet of like how to overcome limiting beliefs, how to plan out your life goals. We have a planner in the back of the booklet, a 3-month planner to help you get started around that. So I feel like everything, all my experiences from using different vision boards compared with like my experiences, like just what I'm going through in life, I just combined it all into one and put it all into the kit.
Yes. And that's cool because I've never seen a physical vision board like that before. So that's why when I was on, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
So that's so cool. Yes, y'all. Oh, look, I have my banners too. I have my banners up. So we're gonna put this up here for right now for the continuation of our conversation. So when you talked about getting over a negative mindset, oh, I don't even want to say a negative mindset, but as you said, limiting beliefs,
Right.
how would you say that you kind of decided that, okay, this
Mhm.
has to be fixed
Yeah, like in
or
terms of
worked
like
on
creating a brand or
for yourself
oh, I see. Like just through anything, like no matter
through
what I'm
life?
I feel like sometimes we get tired of doing the same thing over and over again. So like different things you're going through in life, whether it's for me like my eating habits or if it's doing something that I know that's going to make me feel sluggish, like not going outside and getting exercise, or even like having the idea of not starting a business and like being in that same repetitive habit, like I could do it, but I'm not going to really do it right now. I'm going to wait. Or I can eat healthy in a month from now, but I'm not going to do it right now because I have so much stuff going on. I feel like being in that repetitive mindset of, oh, I'm going to do it, but let me hold off and do it. And I feel like I got sick of that. So I just said, I'm just going to, just do stuff that start small and just make it happen. I think that's been my mindset. Like you get so tired of doing the same things over and over again. You want to see change within yourself. And that's how it was for me, like in different areas of life.
Yes, that's what when I talk to my friends or I talk to people, they're like, "Well, I just don't know what I want to do," and I just look. I'm like, "You're not fed up enough yet.
Yeah,
Once you're fed up about it, you'll
right.
move on. You'll do what you need to do." And
Exactly.
I think the same for myself. Getting tired of living a certain way or
Mhm.
being upset about certain things or getting to a moment where you're like, "You are literally making this up. You're
Exactly.
making this all up. Nothing has happened yet. There are no issues. There have never been issues. You're fine."
Right. Exactly.
So, yes, I love that. And what would you say as starting out your business? Is this the first business that you've ever done?
Well, this is the first brand I created. I've
Okay.
done Amazon in the past. Well, I'm originally an Amazon seller,
Oh, cool.
and I decided to start Self Imagine because I wanted to create a lifestyle and wellness brand. And
Hmm.
that's how the whole idea of Self Imagine came about.
Cool, 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 cool. Yeah, because sometimes I tend to see that. Well, for myself, I saw that entrepreneurship came up beforehand before I started
Mhm.
with Everything Grows. So that's what I was asking
Yeah.
about because I had a body butter business before I did Everything
Yes.
Grows. But
Mhm.
I was like, I don't really want to do this, but I saw more in Everything Grows. And being a young person, do you see yourself as like a young person in business? Do you see any difference in you and anyone else?
I definitely do see myself as a young because I still have so much to learn.
Mm-hmm.
My dad's an entrepreneur, so he teaches me certain things. But I
Mm-hmm.
still feel like I'm still like young at being an entrepreneur because I just started this in like 2020, like my whole Amazon business, and then I said, "Oh, I'm gonna do a brand around lifestyle and wellness," and because that's what I like. I love stuff
Right.
like that. So I still feel like I have so much to learn and so much things to learn from different people. I still feel like I'm still a baby, a newbie, and being an entrepreneur.
Yes, that's how I feel. So that's how I feel too. I'm like, it's so much stuff to learn, especially with all of the technicalities. If anybody is that's watching this, that's starting a business, read everything. And
Mhm,
learn as much as you can. Ask as many questions as you can. It's so
mhm,
cliche, but no question is a dumb question because you really never know. I'm
mhm.
sure there are things that you probably looked at your dad was like, what? What you mean I have to get
Yeah,
that
so
too?
many things, like even trademarking. I didn't know nothing about that. I had to like research that.
Mhm. And then you learn about this person might have this name in this industry, but then this person has this name in that industry.
Yes.
So many different things. But y'all just keep on learning and be open to the process as well. Is there anything that you would say? Were there anything that hindered you maybe from starting your brand in the beginning or making
Mm.
the transition?
I think it was just like self doubt. Like, what if people don't like it? What if people think like I'm being like biased towards like my own like community? Because the kit is to use for everyone, but it's
Mhm.
just to show representation for us. The cars are to show representation for us. So I definitely had that in the back of my mind, like, oh my gosh, what if people don't like it? And
Yes.
but like, I mean, if you don't like it, that's you. That's just like that's your point of view. Like other people are going to find it to be useful to them as they go throughout their life. So I just have to remind myself you can't please everyone. So just continue to do what you want to do and that you feel in your heart that you should do.
Yes. Thank you so much for saying. It's always like in the beginning, you will wonder who's going to support me. But at some point, you realize the people who want this or the people who need this or who it's for. That's one thing that I've been meditating on a lot. That things are made for me.
Yeah.
Anything that I have, it was made for me. Any space that I'm supposed to be in, any relationship, this conversation, me being able to have this platform to be able to talk to you, it was made for me for this exact moment. And
Exactly.
just getting more into that energy, that any space that you go into, any idea, as long as you really believe in it and it's your heart's desire, go after it. And I think that's another thing. You have to make sure that things are your heart's desire. Have you had those moments at times where you, because I know I've had those moments with Everything Grows where I'm like, is this my heart's desire? Like,
Yeah. I definitely felt like that just throughout my whole entrepreneurship experience. I had to keep going back to the is this something that I really see myself doing? Is this something that I really see myself like doing in the future and that I will be proud of doing it and I'm not just wasting my time? So I
yeah.
definitely have moments like that. And every time I think of that, I'm like, well, I'm doing it for this reason. I'm doing it so I can build this type of community and it can help people and like so I think that's for me, like always going back to why you're doing it. And if that why is something that you feel like it will grow in the future, then I feel like I should continue to pursue it. Cause then I'm gonna regret it, and I don't want to live with regrets. Like I want to go as hard as I can
Mhm.
until like I can't go anymore, and then I'm like, okay, well then, at least I have a good name, and
Yes.
I trademark. So
Yes. That's one thing that I really like to look at. I've worked with a lot of different ranges of people, like in my 9 to 5, from toddlers all the way up to senior citizens, and I've seen through everybody. It's so crazy the many lives that we live, or even like to hear your mom's stories, or your dad or grandparents, and you like think like you worked there or you did that, or like when did you even have time to do that? And I think opening up your mind to see like there's so many lives that I can live. There's so much time, even though it seems like time can move so fast, but at the same time it's so much time. And
no.
again, you can regret, and not necessarily a regret. It's like I like to think of, you never know what spaces you'll influence because of what you did.
Mhm.
You never know. You never know who you will meet, who you inspire. I'm sure that you've probably been in some spaces and you're like, dang, I never knew. Like,
Yeah,
I needed to say this. Like,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Or it might be like the right thing at the right time, or somebody, I'm sure, with these self improvement businesses or wellness businesses, you have people pouring their hearts out to you when
I
you start
know.
talking.
Right. Especially like when you go to events and stuff like that. And like,
Mhm.
yeah, it's definitely and just to see people's reaction, that's another thing. Like seeing people's reaction just makes me want to like go further and
Mhm.
create more within the brand, you know?
Yes, I agree with that as well. And to see that it's actually helping, and to see yourself now, that's one thing that I'm always giving gratitude for, is that I'm so peaceful now. I'm
Mhm.
such a peaceful person.
Yeah.
And anything that comes into my space, I might freak out here and there, but for the majority of the time, I'm chilling.
Right,
Would
exactly.
you say the same for yourself, like after
Yeah.
going through a lot?
Yeah, after creating a business, after creating this type of business around like productivity, wellness, mindset,
Mhm.
it's definitely I feel like it trained me to be like, okay, just keep going. Whatever that's thrown at you, just handle it like with grace and just don't freak out. Just always pray and just keep going. And that's
Yeah.
how I feel like you just gotta be peaceful, like what you said in moments like that. Just
Yes, and my grandma, she always says, "And yet tomorrow's another day," and
yeah.
I think so much. Like, I just wish, you know how when people say like, "What would you tell your younger self? What would you say to your younger self?" And I always say, "Chill out, like,
Yeah.
chill out." And I wish more people could understand, but I know it's a time thing for you to see so many times that things will be okay, for you
Mhm.
to understand that
Right.
things will be okay.
Right.
So do you agree with that? Do you think that, like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. And also believe in yourself. I think I would tell my younger self that is just believe in yourself and stop doubting yourself so many times and stop
Mhm.
caring what other people like think. Those are the
That's the
things I
biggest one.
would say.
That last one is the biggest one. Anybody that's listening, no matter what age you are,
I know.
please do not boggle your mind with what other people think about you. There are so many people who have chose the unique path, and
Mhm.
let them be a testament to what you can do, to
Right.
choose yourself, to choose your own vision. Again, your own
Mhm.
vision,
Mhm.
self imagine yourself, see yourself where you want to be, because nobody else has the vision that you have. And that's what a lot of times I have to have those conversations with some of my friends that are younger than me, because
Mhm.
I saw that for myself, to say, like, there are so many things. Me being able to move out by myself was
Right.
a huge thing. I didn't even tell my family up
Congratulations.
until, thank you, but I didn't tell nobody until it was time for me to move out, because I didn't have time to have those kind of conversations. And sometimes, like, it's different for everybody, because some people might have a supportive
Right.
situation where they're just like, yay, let's go move out, and other people
Yeah.
have 10,000 questions
Right.
to ask before you do that. So what do you have? Do you have anything for people like that, or how is your family? Are they supportive? Do they, stand up for everything that you do?
Yeah. Yeah, my family is definitely supportive. They were one of the first people to purchase the kit.
Same. Oh my
Also one of the first people like to support me throughout all the other things that I'm doing and planning on doing. So
Mhm. Yes, I would say my family is as well, as far as my entrepreneurial side, but as far as personal life, sometimes they just have some things to say, and I said that's beautiful.
I mean, that's what we like. Yeah, I would say that too.
I love that opinion so much.
Yeah.
But yes, and then what would you say to anybody who is looking for, because I want to go back to the support thing, because I think a lot of people, they have the conversation about expecting your friends to be your first supporters. And I know, like, sometimes you could be like, you come to me for all this advice, come get one of these vision boards.
Right. Right. Exactly.
so, so what do you how do you feel about that, about like your friends and their interactions with, not really your friends, but more so your community that you're not selling to
Hmm.
at this point?
Yeah.
But did
Like
you have that moment where you had to understand that this is not my target audience, or did you already know that from the beginning, or
I definitely
I
had
asked
to
like
go
10
through
questions.
some yeah, I definitely had to go through some experiences. Like for example, I did a pop-up and at that pop-up event it wasn't like my demographic audience. So I had to like learn the hard way where I have to center my brand around people that I know would find attraction to the product or just like the brand in general. So I had to learn from that experience, and it can kind of be kind of hard on social media too because you're not knowing who your video or who your content's going to reach. So,
Mhm.
but as far as going to like physical locations, I've definitely learned to like do research more and just research more of the places I'm going to where I'm going to present my brand to.
That's a great point, because you have to go where you're celebrated,
Yeah,
to say
exactly.
the least. And I've been in spaces like that too. Like, I don't know if this crowd want the journal or not, but you'll still be there and still smile. But again, as you said, you have to learn those lessons and move forward, and know next time this might be what I need to look for in the keywords, so I know this is the vibe that
Right.
I need to go
Exactly.
with.
Exactly. Mhm.
Yes, yes. And moving on from here, we're almost about to be wrapped up. This was so
I know,
great.
it's a good conversation.
Yes, so great. I love this. So where can we see you growing from here?
Yeah, so I want to create a lifestyle and wellness brand that still shows reflection of us, of Black and Hispanic communities, and more products and designs geared towards us. So I definitely feel like I want Self Imagine to grow in the lifestyle and wellness space, because it's like all stuff that I love to do. I love stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely feel like we're gonna grow. We started doing blog posts, like
Oh yes, I saw.
yes, like starting doing blog posts. So I definitely want to see that grow and just have more products that helps us throughout our day-to-day lives, like live our lives, become our best selves, while also showing representation for us. And like, oh, I see like a person that looks like me, let me have this set up every day so I can see it and visualize it, and also like take action. Going back to what we said, it's like taking action. So I want my products to help people do that.
Yes, yes. And my last question would be, if anybody didn't get anything from this conversation, what do you want them to get from our conversation?
Okay, so I would say two things. I would say believe in yourself. Don't be scared because you think it's an assumption that you think other people are going to see you this way. Like everyone probably has their own stuff going on and they probably don't even care or don't even like notice. So just do what you want to do what your heart tells you to do, and also take action. Like take action, start small and make a plan, make it a goal, and make it a habit. Like just
Yeah.
go.
Make it a plan. You got to make that one of your posts.
I
Make it a plan,
know.
make it a habit.
Make it
Ooh,
an action.
you need to write that down.
I know.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. And thank you so much, Markeyla
Thank
and
you.
Self Imagine. I had such an amazing time speaking with you today. And of course, we will connect after
Yes.
this.
Yes.
And thank you all for watching. Of course, you see her information right here. And keep growing, friends. Thank
Thank
you.
you.